DLC of Pikmin 3, there's a story with Olimar where him and Louis get stuck on the planet again.
Oh my god, he got stranded on the same planet twice.
Yeah. As well as starting with the secondaries twice. We are going Sheik Robin. Here we go.
Very, very interesting. I have actually seen the GrlyTeenQueen Robin before at Clip It Doubles, I believe. Pulled out the Robin a little bit to try and experiment a little bit. So this character is practiced, to say the least. A lot of Robins, like, they function under the same guise where on the surface can be pretty straightforward. You've got some good projectiles. That Nair is huge. Like 11 sword aerials kind of speak for themselves. But once you start digging a little bit deeper and once your opponent has that excess mobility, like a character like Sheik, that's when you have to really start figuring out the item play and the amount of charges you can use per toss and the difference between item drop versus item throw. All of that good stuff that can come with Robin's kit, on top of how to play in an extended period of disadvantage. Meanwhile, Sheik is an execution test character that I know Pharaoh just really, really loves.
I feel like in theory, Sheik should do pretty solidly in this matchup. In practice, I'm not completely sure. I would imagine it would be roughly the same because I feel like Sheik can overwhelm a character like Robin who can take some time to set up a lot of whatever thunder, whatever like normal neutral projectile that they got going on. But this character's kill power once they're actually in is really crazy, especially when they have the TSM Leffen sword. When they're up in, you heard what I said. When they're up in, you heard exactly what I said, all right? When they're up and in instead, as the first stock is actually going to go to Pharaoh with the beautiful double drag down neutral air, double drag down up air, my mistake, through the platform into the diamond cutter. And now we are back in the beef once again, already tacked up to 43%. Once Sheik is in, we're in, my friend. The bouncing fish actually interrupted by the drop TSM Leffen sword. That was hilarious.
That's what I mean. Sometimes expending your charges as Robin is beneficial to you, not only because juggling around with the discarded 11 sword or any discarded tomes is super beneficial, but also you get chances to have them break combos for you as Pharaoh looking for yet another one of those setups. We already saw the raindrop on deck, and you might see a whole lot more. Unfortunately, we've also got a glimpse at Robin's grab range. Oof.
Parry the platypus, baby. If this is Sheik you're doing it against, that is one of the worst characters that you can possibly get parried against, my friends. This is something you got to know at this stage in the meta in 2023. As that back air center stage with the Leffen sword is going to take the stock this time around, but not without 96% of insurance from Sheik. And for a character like Sheik, that is pretty good insurance to have at the end of the day. Leffen sword is gone, though, so that damage is not going to be nearly as strong as GrlyTeenQueen, just trying very hard to find a way back down. But the pressure from Pharaoh, absolutely immaculate neutral play right now, running in, mixing up with the F-tilts back and forth, just keeping that pressure on again. But finally combo breaking is GrlyTeenQueen. How much damage, if potentially a stock edge guard, are they going to be able to get off this interaction?
It's been a lot of rising aerials from GrlyTeenQueen, and they've been very, very focused on trying to stop Pharaoh from jumping. But one of the best things about Sheik is that she can always play around on reaction. She can play around your attempted coverage by her low dash speed, the ability to charge and toss needles at a variety of angles, or rather 2 angles that can cover a lot of space depending on the charge of needles. Like, the flexibility of Sheik is gonna let her play around coverage extremely well, and we see that from Pharaoh. Just, I'm going to crouch on the floor here, wait for GTQ to jump, and then I'll go in for the punish. Even if it's just a fair, the extended advantage is much more valuable to Pharaoh.
Yeah, and as far as GrlyTeenQueen goes, the opposite end of that spectrum, it's like all about nickel and diming, really, because Sheik is just like huge punish game in, like, really feeds the meter, like, doesn't do as much damage with the hits, but does a lot of damage in the long run. You know, like, I'm going to hit you 1,000,000 times once I win an interaction. GrlyTeenQueen and Robin is a little bit different. You know, Robin's punish game, way less hits, way more damage most of the time, as well as the gentleman jab, almost taking the stock right there with how light of a character Sheik is. And it's sort of a matter of like, that diamond cutter's going to take the stock, man.
He's just got these raindrops.
This is what I'm saying, man. It's like, you know, with Pharaoh, it's like, what is the analogy I could do here, right? It's like for GrlyTeenQueen, you know, the punish game with Robin, it's like you're sort of like feeding the meter. You have to go back to the car. You have to go back to the parking meter every now and again, put another quarter in, lest it get towed away, basically, right? You just have to do that occasionally rather than constantly putting money in, right? But as far as Pharaoh goes, it's like you have a machine gun filled with quarters, and it's just aimed right at the parking meter constantly, so the car just never winds up going away.
That was
it's like they both. Yeah, they just keep you at disadvantage for like a pretty long time, but like while Sheik does less damage, Sheik keeps you in disadvantage longer, if that makes any sense. And as a result, for Robin, that makes it difficult to essentially play the game, to get down and like have your landings, right? So even though Sheik is doing less damage, she's winning in the long run, especially when you got those setups, those double drag down up air setups on lock, taking 2 of the 3 stocks with that, broken. But now we're back to mains.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk endlessly about, we actually can continue to talk endlessly about the idea of how many times do you have to win neutral and how much time, like how much value is actually lost when, yeah, my hits only are doing a certain amount of, like a pretty low amount of damage, but my combos go on forever and I can win neutral so effortlessly thanks to the aspects of my kit that it almost doesn't really matter that my forward air only does X amount of low damage. I can just chain it together a million times and get all of that damage anyway, and that's exactly where Tejuice is now in this driver's seat of, with this Bayonetta, with the ABK out of the egg. Super clean stuff on the awareness of the mash and cutting the combo short, baiting out the double jump from Pharaoh, looking to chase but just unable to land the hit on the expended double jump. And now, doing it again and setting up the same situation here in Nitunis.
Also taking out that jump at the end of the day right there, air dodging in. Actually, not only sticking in with guns. That's interesting because, like, I know I talked about, like, 2018 Smash Ultimate Bayo a lot where they felt like all we could really do is fish for back airs to kill with the character. That looked like a time where that was actually the time to start doing that because the double jump resource in Pharaoh was gone.
Oh, Pharaoh missed the IDJ off of the down throw. So Yoshi's down throw never combos on DI out, but you can use it as a DI mix-up if your opponent's not expecting to combo into up air. But it requires an IDJ, or you just get a raw call-out. I see that dive kick, I hit my boot, and here we go. We're now in the situation that Yoshi wants to be in always, which is at 170 and climbing. Just waiting for your opponent to try and swing at you to where you can start getting the trades going.
Textbook advantage state, my friend. I'm going to dash back in and out, make you mix up where you're going to go. And when your character has a quick downwards ABK to get you out of disadvantage, why not just have that be read by an up smash that goes through platforms? Oh my God.
This rapid jump.
Yeah, this will do it, but like, you know, I'm just the fact that that's what had to be used to take that stock rather than just a continuous edge guard because of the way they were able to get out of that option was absolutely nuts on the part of Pharaoh right now. There we go.
Yeah, just a little bit of platform pressure there. The low up air, I almost wanted to see any sort of like understage or under platform back airs maybe would have been a little bit better for trying to force the jump and still cover it out of Pharaoh. Either way though, the Witcher's out of shield will result in a solid 40%. Damage is no object to Bayonetta.
Yeah, if Yoshi's not able to get his double jump armor out between the set knockback of like the launching hitboxes of Witch Twist, and he just gets hit by it, like I mentioned earlier, he's like the perfect size and like awkward gravity to be able to eat so much damage from those combos if he doesn't do that, right? And as a result, already tacked up to 114 is Pharaoh. We got GrlyTeenQueen bringing back this game from the depths of hell slowly but surely, trying to get a crazy witch time scenario, but Pharaoh looking like he was prepared for it, with the egg actually drifting back away from the stage to ensure they didn't get caught in the mix right there.
I do enjoy how much GrlyTeenQueen has been like pressuring the ledge with lingering aerials or some sort of like strong coverage move, because Yoshi cannot grab the ledge during his double jump. He has to wait for the full flutter jump to finish, which is why a lot of Yoshis will cancel it with the Yoshi bomb in order to grab the ledge at proper heights. Either way, though, we're just looking at some kind of, oh, that's so unfortunate.
I feel like someone should have died there and no one did.
And no one did. Like that's like a little bit of spaghetti, a couple flub stops.
I Yoshi bombed in neutral.
And I didn't get punished.
I didn't punish it because it was barely missed space. I'm still positive, and I'm gonna forward throw you at 170. But then you didn't die because you're Yoshi. That was crazy.
Finally,
and then GrlyTeenQueen was the one who took the stock first still.
Yep, mixing in both the rapid jab and the forward throw, which, as you were saying a little bit earlier when Amaryllis was on the screen, you get a healthy blend of 50-50s on the ledge here. And if Pharaoh's not careful, you could fall victim to the rapid jab versus a forward throw kill setup.
It's just so uncommon right? That you have a character with a forward throw that kills in Smash Ultimate as opposed to a back throw. You know what I mean? Like, most of the kill throws are back throws when it comes to horizontal kill throws. But then you have, like, forward throws like, I guess, like Bayonetta's, Pit's, one other character that I can't think of that I know has another one. Bowser Jr. as well. Peach, Peach technically, as this is going to do it off the top for sure. The second one, no! Making me eat my words, immaculate DI, and just kissing both corners of the blast zone is Pharaoh right now. And this is still anybody's game at the end of the day, though the percent is firmly in the favor of GrlyTeenQueen right here. But it's a little bit difficult for them to be able to get the kill. But just as I say that, there's the setup. ABK into the back air. That is going to do it even from center stage. Worked the butt off for that kill right there for sure. And we're going to go to game 3 between these two players right now. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, with forward throws, it's different because it creates that 50-50 by the ledge, as well as, like, you know, you can also sometimes react to get-up attack or neutral get-up, as well as just have, like, quick burst options in front of you in forward airs to keep the pressure on. Normally, if you have a back throw that kills, you have to just be, like, fishing, like, just spamming back air in the corner, and not every character has a back air that's lagless enough to be able to do that always. So just making sure you're able to face the blast zone direction can provide pretty immaculate pressure by the ledge. And that is one thing that a very weird character with an awkward character with a weird learning curve like Bayonetta, I should say, has to offer. And that's really, really huge if you're going to play this character in 2023.
I really enjoy Tejuice because of how much they remind me. Like, I guess they take a lot of Lima school of thought to heart when it comes to their Bayonetta play, which can be both a good thing and a bad thing, but it's especially good against some of these more awkward matchups like Yoshi, where it's good to optimize kill setups. You don't want to be playing too much of the whiff punish game and the bait and punish game because Yoshi will just tank so much hits and survive for so long. Instead, you want to optimize your follow-ups like Pharaoh is trying to do right now, going for the chase, still covering with so much of this egg prowess and the reverse up tilt. But an amazing parry, just not high enough for the punish. Needed to jump Witch Twist in order to hit the Yoshi bomb before it landed down. But Pharaoh gets away with that with only 50% to his name.
I've watched Pharaoh enough times, man. As soon as he landed that down air, I knew he wasn't done. I knew he wanted more off of that. I knew he was going to chase with the egg and still even able to get the Yoshi bomb stuffing out, or at the very least getting a positive trade with the Witch Twist right there. And speaking of the Witch Twist, trying to get one off the top. Tongue twisting me right now between Witch Twists right now. Trying like Elmer Fudd, trying to get the Witch Twist.
I mean,
off the top.
Every other character is dead there. Every single other one.
Not the dinosaur.
Not the dinosaur, because of the double jump armor. But the single hit Witch Twist setup off of the dive kick was super clean from GTQ. Just those follow-ups don't necessarily work. Those traditional follow-ups don't work against Yoshi. You got to go for the two-piece hits, and even then, even the back air from center stage is not going to close out the stock.
For sure, my friend, and trying to get some safe pressure on the shield in the middle of it. Back air, not going to do nothing right there. You already know how it works with that armor. Once again, my friend, looking like a damn melee Yoshi when, like, breaking out of these, like, kind of situations over and over again, like the air parry, basically.
Yeah, let's go, Amsa.
Yeah, let's go, Amsa. He just got married. Let's go, Amsa.
Let's go, Amsa.
Let's go, Amsa.
Canadian, man. Okay, sure.
I mean, yeah, right. He did rep Canada for Battle of BC.
No, not that. I was talking to the raw, like, Yoshi bomb.
Oh, my bad. You're talking about the Barney as a dinosaur. My bad, not the red dinosaur.
I'm waiting for Tejuice to dash attack here. Like, just, you need something.
I think Pharaoh is too.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, and I think Pharaoh is too. I think he's very mindful of that option right now. I don't know if you notice how much time he's spending in the air.
There it is.
Yeah, he's like full hopping a lot, trying to get like falling up airs or falling back airs to take the stock instead of just fishing for egg because he knew it was coming. See, now we see him running off with the neutral air instead because he knows that option's not coming in. Actually charging a down smash instead of just jumping up with a neutral air like I thought he was. Not going to matter. Going to get that drop through platform into the up air. Took the stock off the top. One more for GrlyTeenQueen.
I wonder if GTQ meant to do drop through platform up air themselves and just try and cover the whole platform with reverse up air especially, which can combo into ABK. Instead, you're really behind the 8-ball here and very much need to find some exuberant string or a way to catch Pharaoh without their double jump in a precarious scenario. The block string there was super nice, but this Witch Twist could mean a lot. Just a simple cover, just a simple follow-up, and the coverage wasn't able to catch the fastball air dodge. Wow, that grabbed him so far.
Yeah, very fortunate for GrlyTeenQueen to get a Witch Twist right there. That would have been big damage, especially with the platform placement right there. Though the percent, I'm not sure was there, but all the percents were there for that crazy double up air, back air string combo on the part of GrlyTeenQueen. Down but not out with only a 40% differential now, Ubel. And it's looking like that differential is going to sink real slowly soon, but the combo breaker is going to come out from Pharaoh.
God, Tejas just plays with so much like innate confidence. Like they know what they can do. They know they can blow you up at any percent, that their combos are good even on Yoshi, because even if it's not even if you're gonna be able to get out frame 1, that doesn't matter if your combos are true. And that some real true strings and true combos and good follow-ups has gotten us to an even game here in Nintunis, and setting up on the platform as well, looking for yet another up air into back air. The pressure. The pressure. Just flick that gun upwards, lady, and make sure that Pharaoh feels this pressure.
Another one and another one over and over again, keeping that pressure on the platform, but neutral was able to be reset regardless. I love that option right there, just running right off the ledge to get the instant ABK in the other direction to keep that pressure on. Way faster than being able at that point than just doing a little short hop of it, and also making sure he was making sure they were low enough to be able to get that ABK low enough to the ground to the point where they were going to be able to hit Yoshi in the first place. Now just trying to keep that pressure on without having it be reversaled and dying is GrlyTeenQueen right now, looking to get just a raw kill right here. This is where Bayonetta is not the strongest in getting these, but you know, sometimes with the way Yoshi can break out of these combos, we can get some crazy mix-ups, being forced to jump to not eat the up air. It's GrlyTeenQueen. This is anybody's game right now, Wibble.
I feel like Pharaoh's starting to overcomplicate it a little bit, but wow, this worked.
All
wow,
right.
That just raw landing down air, something that theoretically shouldn't work, but sometimes it does. And
Yeah.
sometimes you find yourself caught in the middle of that, of a running in mid-air Yoshi, and closes out that stock in a very, very tense last hit scenario. But we've got a best of 5 here for top 3, and GrlyTeenQueen has got to manage to bottle that momentum, with the exception of the very last hit, into this game 4.
You know, at first glance, you'd think that down air was just like, okay, I didn't do this option yet, so I'm saving it for when I need it, like resource management. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think he just recognized that GrlyTeenQueen was coming for him, and he just decided to whip out the move right there to counter it, and it just happened to kill, which he knew it would had he landed it. But still, I don't think it was a resource management thing. I think it was more of a reaction as opposed to anything else. From watching the replay, that's how, at the very least, how it seemed to me. But we're on small battlefield now. What is GrlyTeenQueen's reasoning for going to a stage like this? What's the first thing that comes to your mind, Doodle?
The platforms.
Yes.
Everything about Bayonetta from the ground is, oh, what a read. just purely like you're going to roll.
So much more damage off of that tilt as well with that patience on top of that, as opposed to just going in with another ABK.
One of the best starters for Bayonetta is up tilt, and with up tilt you're able to like close out stocks from the floor. You're able to confirm into back air, like so much good stuff off of up tilt. But it's a little bit harder to hit than the things like afterburner kick or forward air or all of these other tools, neutral air. But if you're able to utilize these platforms more effectively, that's when the resets come in, and Small Battlefield has more of the stage covered by a pair of platforms that are so instantly accessible at all times. And you know for a fact that Tejuice, GrlyTeenQueen, Slayjuice, etc. is going to use them to the best of their ability.
Yeah, it's not only that, but also just not having that top platform there is going to be way easier of getting out at disadvantage for sure. You know, it's just like the combo paths just become like way like fewer and farther between, as that jab from center stage is going to do it. You know, just like right there. Literally right there, like that ABK that we saw right there. You know, like normally, like GrlyTeenQueen would have to space that in between the top and side platforms just to be able to get back down to the stage, start playing neutral again. But on a stage like Small Battlefield, top platform's not there, so it creates that much bigger of a difference. You know, way easier for sure. I mean, Pharaoh can still up smash through these platforms, but you know, there's going to be a little bit more neutral that he's going to have to play to even be able to get that, as well as even less neutral right now in this beautiful patented Bayonetta combo, tacking all the way back up to 78. But that up smash going to answer right back with only 78% tacked on to Pharaoh.
I'm glad that Pharaoh has stopped overcomplicating or even oversimplifying some of his punishes out of shield. Like, for when it comes to Yoshi, you're going to see a lot of aerials out of shield, nair, bear, like all up air, all this good stuff. But at these high percentages, you're going to want to close out stocks with a more flexible kind of nature. And for Yoshi, that can sometimes be up smash out of shield. And for GrlyTeenQueen, that is a stellar combo off of the side.
Absolutely, especially with the neutral air to finish it off, sinking right back down to the stage as well. And I love the mash out of the egg right there. That was so good because I I forgot that. Be real, as that up air chase is going to take the stock.
So
I,
nice.
I do forget the name of the tech, but it's whatever the latest move that you input, or whichever one that you input the most before you get out of the egg, is the one that you wind up buffering out of it. And so right there, that was really smart what GrlyTeenQueen did, because I believe they mashed out with the stick as opposed to the buttons instead, and therefore mashed up B out instead. Or they just kept mashing up B like right out of the egg to make sure that was the one that they got out, because it's whatever one that you mash the most, that's the one you're going to pop immediately out of the egg with, which can sometimes, depending on the move it is, depending on what character you're playing, can actually be disadvantageous for Yoshi when he does that move.
Yeah, always got to play the mix-up game very well as these two once again head to a last stock high percent scenario. And ABK to call out the jump out of shield, but no way to close into a stock. The downer gets beaten out by a backer there mid-stage. The jump is used, but wow, Teju's bet it all on that up smash. Lucky the up air didn't close out the stock. And we get to see another opportunity here. Such a dangerous situation to keep going into, but both of these two are playing the mix-up so well. The ABK out of the egg, and yet we are still sitting at a high percent situation here in Tunis.
Smash, that's fine. Smash 4 moment. They just held shield back to back
the
with
way
each other.
It ends. Oh, that's so heartbreaking for GrlyTeenQueen, because you hit the back air, break the negative armor, want with all of your heart to chase in that moment, but you already used both afterburner kicks, so that just let Yoshi do what Yoshi, or Pharaoh do what Yoshi does best. Mash out a hit stun, and that neutral air closes out the stock.
Neutral air, baby. Frame 3. You know what we're talking about. I think that's why they had that
good.
moment where they were holding shield back to back as well. It's like, you got a frame 3 in there. I'm not dropping this.
No.
Not a chance in
Why?
hell. I don't even care if you're facing the other way. I'm not dropping it. You got the best airspeed in the game. You're probably just going to drift behind me, get the weak hit or something.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It is never, ever worth it as Pharaoh positions himself to win one of the most stacked fusions in a couple weeks, and definitely could be the start of an amazing summer of Smash for Fusion and for Pharaoh himself.
This is a fusion with Jackal in attendance with forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Amaryllis? Amaryllis, thank you. That's another one for sure. Pharaoh's poised to look like to potentially take it all and show that he does in fact know the Bayonetta matchup. You can't say that he doesn't now.
He definitely does.
You can't say that he doesn't now. That taking out two of the best ones right here out in front of your very eyes, which actually was also technically a team kill as well in this winners finals. So they got to salute each other as well at the end of that. You know, the MBS, they grind so hard. I remember when I used to run a stand in a mall, and the MBS crew were just all taking a trip to that mall together, and they saw me, and I was like, oh no. And so they all just rolled through. They started asking me all these Smash questions because I was an old head and stuff. They're just, the reason I'm bringing that story up is because they're good.
Yeah.
A lot of them are the new blood, and they're so good. They're good kids. They're good people. They're good people. They're good men and women.
One of the best things.
They're good guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
It's so like 50-50 sometimes when it comes to crews, because I feel like sometimes crews can really harm a player's individual growth if the crew is ass. If the crew is bad, or if they try and like hype each other up too much and prevent growth, or they only really play each other and don't go out to tournaments as much.
Or just John for each other.
Or John for each other, stuff like that. But one of the best things about MBS is that they don't do that. They're all here to like go as many tournaments as possible, carpool as much as possible, had 10 brackets, push each other to the limits, and Pharaoh was bred in that fire to be one of consistently Tri-State's most furious grinders and furious defenders even.